The draft is a high-stakes poker game that can haunt a franchise for a decade or lead them straight to a championship parade through downtown Cleveland. We finally have a clear look inside the war room during those intense moments when our future was hanging in the balance. The truth about why the Browns moved back is finally out, and it reveals a massive gamble by the front office. This isn't just about a trade. It is about the conviction of getting the one player who could truly change forever. Spencer Fano is the name every Browns fan needs to memorize because the strategy behind his selection was both bold and calculated. According to a new documentary, our general manager Andrew Berry was sitting at the number 6 spot and saw a golden opportunity. Most teams would be too afraid to move back and risk losing their top target, but the front office realized they had 3 elite players still on their board. They were looking at this young tackle along with Francis Mauigoa and wide receiver Jordan Tyson. Any of these 3 would have been a massive addition to the roster, but Berry decided to play the odds. He traded that number 6 pick to the Kansas City Chiefs because he knew he was guaranteed to get at least one of those 3 stars at the 9th spot. This move wasn't just about moving down, it was about gathering more assets while still landing a foundation piece. By sliding back just 3 spots, the Browns secured the number 74 selection in the 3rd round, and the number 148 pick in the 5th round. Those extra picks were later flipped into even more draft capital for this year and next, showing the sheer efficiency of how this team operates under pressure. While we missed out on Tyson, who has that incredible family connection to the Cavaliers, the team still managed to grab 2 talented wideouts later in Denzel Boston and Casey Concepcion. However, the crown jewel of this entire master plan was always the young man from Utah. The internal documents and behind-the-scenes footage show that the scout room was practically buzzing with excitement when they realized they could get their preferred tackle while adding extra picks. It is rare to see such transparency in how these decisions are made, but it gives us a window into the confidence this organization has in their evaluation process. They didn't just stumble into this selection. They manipulated the board to ensure they got a high-character player who fits the culture we are trying to build. This was a chess move against the rest of the league, and now we get to see if that gamble pays off on the field this fall. We know the stakes are incredibly high today. The organization believes they have secured the premier offensive lineman of the entire class, and the scouting reports back up that massive claim. When you listen to the voices inside the building, like National Scout Zach Ayers, the praise for this young prospect is absolutely glowing. He describes a rare combination of pure athleticism and refined technique that you simply do not see every year. This athlete possesses the quickness to handle the fastest pass rushers in the division, while maintaining the raw strength to move defenders in the run game. He is described as gritty, tough, and incredibly rangy, which are exactly the traits we need to stabilize a unit that struggled mightily last season. What truly sets him apart, however, is the character assessment that came back from the Road Scouts. In over a decade of evaluating talent, some in the building are calling him one of the highest character individuals they have ever encountered. That matters in a locker room like ours, where the pressure of playing in Cleveland can be overwhelming for some. This young man isn't just a physical specimen. He is a worker who sets higher expectations for himself than the coaching staff ever could. His ability to excel in pass protection is what will likely earn him a starting role the moment the season kicks off. We have seen how injuries and inconsistent play can derail a promising season, and having a reliable presence on the edge is the only way to protect our investments in the backfield. The front office saw a player who could not only play at a high level, but could also lead by example in the locker room. His transition from the collegiate level to the professional ranks will be watched closely by every analyst in the league. If he can translate that collegiate dominance into Sunday success, the decision to trade down will look like a stroke of genius. The focus now shifts to his development during the summer months and how quickly he can adapt to the speed of the NFL game. He has all the tools necessary to become a cornerstone for many seasons if everything goes right for him in Cleveland. This decision is going to have a massive impact on whether this team can finally push deep into the playoffs or if we will be left wondering what could have been. The offensive line is the heartbeat of any successful offense, and last year, that heart was skipping beats too often. By adding a talent of this caliber, the Browns are sending a clear message that they will no longer tolerate weakness in the trenches. Protecting the quarterback is the most important job on the field, and this move provides a significant upgrade that should help us win more games immediately. If the line can keep the pocket clean, our playmakers will have the time they need to find openings and move the chains. We have seen what happens when a quarterback is constantly under pressure. It leads to mistakes, turnovers, and stalled drives. This selection is designed to eliminate those issues and provide a wall of protection that allows our offense to thrive. Furthermore, a strong presence on the edge will open up the run game in ways we haven't seen in a while. Imagine a scenario where our running backs are reaching the second level of the defense without being touched. That is the kind of physical dominance this young tackle brings to the table. It makes everyone else's job easier when you have a player you can trust to win his individual matchups every single play. The ripple effect of this trade down and subsequent pick will be felt across the entire roster. It gives the coaching staff more flexibility in their play calling and allows for a more aggressive approach on third downs. We are not just looking for a solid starter. We are looking for a player who can change the identity of this offense. The stakes couldn't be higher for a team that is built to win right now. Every snap this rookie takes will be a test of the front office's vision and their ability to identify elite talent under pressure. If he lives up to the hype, this offensive unit could become one of the most feared groups in the league. Every major move in the NFL comes with a set of risks that can either make a general manager look like a hero or cost him his job. The best case scenario is that we just drafted a perennial Pro Bowler who will anchor our line for a decade while we use those extra picks from the Chiefs to find more starters. In that world, the trade down from 6 to 9 will be remembered as one of the smartest moves in franchise history. It would prove that our evaluation process is superior and that we can outmaneuver the rest of the league even on the biggest stage. We would have our franchise tackle and a wealth of young talent to support him, creating a window for sustained success. But we also have to consider the alternative, because the NFL is a cruel business. If this young man struggles to adjust, or if the players we passed on, like Mauigoa or Tyson, become superstars elsewhere, the fans will never let the front office forget it. We have seen these gambles fail before, where a team moves back and loses out on a generational talent just to save a few dollars or gain a mid-round pick. The tension is palpable because we know how close the margin for error is in this league. If the offensive line continues to leak pressure and our season stalls, the documentary reveal will be viewed through a much darker lens. It will be seen as a moment of overconfidence where we got too cute with the board, instead of just taking the best player available at 6. The pressure on this rookie is immense because he isn't just playing for himself. He is playing to justify a philosophy. Every time a defender gets past him, people will wonder if the other options would have held their ground. This is the tightrope the organization is walking right now. They believe in their process, and they believe in the kid from Utah. The city is waiting with bated breath to see which path this story takes. Will this be the beginning of a new era of dominance, or will it be another entry in the long list of what-ifs? The Browns took a massive risk by moving back in the draft, and while the early reports are glowing, the real test starts when the pads come on. We now know that the front office was willing to pass on some incredible talent because they were convinced that Spencer Fano was the right man for Cleveland. It was a calculated move designed to maximize value while filling our most desperate need on the offensive line. As an insider who has seen many regimes come and go, I can tell you that this kind of conviction is what builds winners, but it also leaves no room for excuses. Now I want to hear from you, the heart and soul of this team. Be honest. Do you think trading down and passing on a star receiver like Jordan Tyson was the right move for our future, or should we have just stayed at 6 and taken the best player available? Your passion is what makes this team great, so jump into the comments and let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more exclusive insights. Make sure those notifications are on so you never miss a beat.